I've been there. I get it. I know it's a really, I don't know how to describe it, bad feeling. It's just a bad feeling. And I don't want to talk about how to, in very blunt words, to not be ugly, because this video is not about that. And please don't ever think that you genuinely are ugly, because no one is. I know this is kind of like blah blah blah, but beauty is a social construct, as are a lot of things we seem to be taking as laws of nature, but it's not. It is something made up. Beauty is something made up, and beauty is in the eye of the beholder. So I want you to understand that this is not about actual changing or drastically changing your appearance, but about how you feel. And how you feel is everything, in my opinion, when it comes to your own body image or your own general aesthetic face image. I'm there all the time, and I get it. I really do. It's human. I don't think anyone has ever not experienced waking up and thinking, oh my god, I am the grossest being ever put on this planet. It's not a good thing, but it's normal. I want you to ask yourself, is there any possible reason that I could find out why I feel like this? Are you facing something else that makes you feel not good in general? Something going on in your life? Because I know, at least for me, that if there is something happening, if I feel depressed, if anything is going on, one of the first symptoms usually is that I suddenly look at myself and I'm like, I am disgusting. I'm gonna not sugarcoat it, because I don't want to be like, oh, I don't feel that good. And you know what I mean. You look at yourself and you don't know what it is, but you're just like, I need to fix this. All of it. I need to fix it. I think that's just a coping mechanism of your brain, knowing maybe that you don't have that much control over whatever's happening outside of yourself. So the first thing your mind goes to is, what can I control? And that is your appearance. It is thinking, oh, if I would just weigh 10 kilograms less, my life would be perfect. I know that's a bit naive, but I understand that this is how a lot of people feel, and not even on purpose. Like, there is this little voice in, I think, a majority of people, to be honest, because show me one person who doesn't have a difficult relationship with food or beauty or makeup or anything about appearance. Like, we are all a little bit crazy when it comes to that. It's the first thing we try to change. And maybe if you are just not feeling great, you have to sit that one out. You just have to wait for it to be over and distract yourself. Sit that one out, try to feel better, and I promise you it will pass. All of these, also want to add that the things I'm mentioning in this video are just some reasons as to why you could potentially feel like this that I could come up with. And if something of it resonates with you, I am more than happy. Of course, social media is a topic for a bigger discussion, and also a very well discussed topic on the internet, on social media. But of course we cannot just let it slide, because it is a part of most of our lives. One of the factors that a lot of people don't seem to talk about, one thing is, in my opinion, that we absorb so many different aesthetics and personalities and opinions, and we just absorb a lot of other people, a lot of insights to other people, and a lot of people are telling us what to wear, how to look like, what new insecurity it's this week. There's just so much blah 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 surrounding looks, and I think it's important to quiet that noise at times and to come back to yourself and I think for me, often when I feel not that confident in myself is because I have adapted parts of other people that I think are beautiful, but that just are not me. You know, like I had this thing with bleached brows. For some time I was like, oh, maybe I could look like more special if I would bleach my brows. Do you see my brows right now? Like I have super like dark brows. It doesn't work for me. And of course, if you adapt, if you try to take something from a different person and make it yours, it often doesn't work because it's not yours. It's their thing. Everyone has things that work for them and that are meant to be like that, and that make you unique and that make you beautiful. And we have to learn to admire someone else's beauty and leave it at that. Someone else can be beautiful while you are also beautiful. Their beauty doesn't take away from yours. And it's something that's said so often, but it's so true. And in this day where plastic surgery is such a socially accepted thing, which I'm not gonna comment on if it's good or bad, it just is. And there are so many women these days who look like Kim Kardashian. They all look the same. Do you want to be the copy, the bad copy most of the time of somebody else? No, how sad is that? I want you to start investing more time into yourself. Not money. Also money if you want to, but the time is more important than the money. One of the most common things people start to do when they want to improve themselves in any sort of way, they start to work out. I want you to start some kind of movement. It doesn't have to be like straight up working out. You don't need to go to the gym. You don't need to do any of these things. Do whatever you think is the most fun. Go on walks. Do something that you enjoy that has to do with your body and that makes you appreciate the way your body functions. For me, one of the things that always kind of healed the relationship with me and my body, every time it has gone like off-road again, is yoga. Try to learn how to do the splits is what I'm doing right now. Try to learn how to do a handstand. Try to run a mile faster than you have done like a week before, you know? Have some kind of goal that has nothing to do with how you look. And I know it's difficult, but it's so important to be like, oh my god, my body can do that. How cool is that? How cool is that? Your body, you can just like, you can swim. How cool is swimming? You can just like be in an environment that was not originally designed for us, but you can still kind of like, you know, it's like you're visiting a different world. I love water and the ocean anyway, but move more. Not in a crazy way. Like, don't burn yourself out. Just move more. Write down your thoughts. I'm trying to come up with things that are more like a time investment. Have a hobby. Try to do the things that you genuinely enjoy. Learn about something. Watch a documentary on YouTube. You know? Just invest time into yourself. Just take care of yourself. Try to have good body hygiene. So now I think I've covered everything I wanted to cover. I'm sweating so much. Now that we've talked about it, I hope there was something that is gonna help you out in some way. You got this. Like I've said in the beginning, everyone feels like this sometimes. It's never a bad idea to talk to a therapist if it's available to you. Or just with a friend, and being honest with yourself and being like, okay, it's fine that I feel like this. Like, it's not great, but I just accept the way that this is how I feel right now. Be kind and patient to yourself in those moments, because hate will not get you anywhere. I promise you. As someone who has had an eating disorder for most of her teens to her early 20s, I'm 25 now, and who still thinks she's healed, but still sometimes, you know, it never goes away. This voice in your head, it never goes away. It's still there. It's just you don't act out on it anymore, you know. But I understand that sometimes it's not as easy as to be like, I don't feel that good. But it's so important to be kind and to kind of be a parent to yourself in those moments, and to know that it will pass. One of my favorite things that I like to tell myself is that no feeling ever is permanent. And I've been told that this is a stupid thing to say, but it really helps me. Every time I feel like shit, I just think, this is not how I'm going to feel for the rest of my life. I will feel beautiful again. I will feel confident again. I will feel comfortable in my skin again. Just not now. And right now I have to take it slow, be kind, do what's best for me in this moment, and not act out on any bad thoughts I have potentially against myself. I hope that you feel better soon. And I know you will, because you got this.